Well, I have a granddaughter here who says, look, this same house was recently renovated. And then you have another who says, look, renovation of that house is all politics. But do you see them getting or sorting this matter out before the 2015 elections for the state house legislature?
I'm not optimistic because, you know, the PDP wants Edo State. PDP wants Nasarawa State. PDP wants Rivers State. They want it not only for governor, they want it for President Goodluck Jonathan.
It's a legitimate want, isn't it? It's a legitimate want.
I didn't say it's not legitimate. But are they going to go about it legitimately? That is the question. And because they want it, they have been desperate. When you want the minority to impeach the majority, you are turning the whole thing upside down.
Isn't the APC leadership too desperate in Edo State? Because when you want 4 members who left the APC to the PDP suspended and their seats declared vacant.
They believe that they suspended them because...
No, they also want to declare their seats vacant.
Yes.
Something that they wouldn't want happen to them.
I agree with you.
So is it possible then that the APC states, I mean, that's what they are right now in terms of the executive side of things. Are you sure they will be keeping it legitimately as well?
Well, we'll wait and see. I'm not a prophet.
But don't they make it all difficult for people? Because look, if you're doing the same thing you're accusing party A or party B for, so this same party can talk back and say, well, okay, well, you're accusing
what we understand in politics
how do they sort it out?
Is that there's no sainthood in politics. If you want to, and they will say even heroes, there's nothing like a Christian hero in human affairs. If you want to lay down and follow the rules, and that's how politicians do it. If you want to stay down and follow the rules and become naive, you sit down there and they will run over you. So it's a game. And for you to win the game, you don't have to be a Jesus Christ. Because if you're a Jesus Christ, you will need the Holy Spirit to be with you. And you have to be able to cast away demons. And I don't think all of them there have the power of Jesus Christ. So as human beings, they will have to act as human beings. So you don't expect any Christian hero in our politics. All we want is that let everything work for the greater good of the greater majority of the people.
What if these 9, maybe acting as human beings, say we've impeached the governor?
If these 9 say that's going to be illegal because that's not the majority. They have tried it before in our politics. Even about the time of Obasanjo, they did it. They tried to do it in the Plateau State. You know?
So now it looks as if...
It is impunity. That's why I say it is about presidential meddlesomeness, cynical politics, and stomach infrastructure. Even
though you haven't given us any specific action that links this to the presidential meddlesomeness.
But presidential meddlesomeness comes in when you know that there are a few people there and they go to Abuja and then come back and they feel emboldened. And there were stories about people moving about the House of Assembly trying to say, okay, we have money, come and join us. If I give you 35 million, can you join us? Or when you take the money, hope you will join us.
These are all allegations, aren't they?
All the allegations. But, you know, reporters, we know a lot of things that we cannot write on.
So are you glossing over the allegation of also state executive meddlesomeness, wanting those members' seats declared vacant? So
well, it might be state meddlesomeness if you call it so. But as I said, a state, you cannot take over your own house.
No, legislature and executive, separation of powers.
Yeah, there's supposed to be separation of powers. There's also separation of power, but there's a nexus because they have a political party.
Is that why they invited them to come and sit in where people say is government house?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Because if this is my own, so they can come and sit here, renovate the roof, renovate the roof for as long as you want.
Because even the government house belongs to the people.
But not the state executive.
No, the state executive doesn't have the right to tell them how to deliberate. It can give them room to deliberate. After all,
can they sit in the state executive area?
Well, it's not neat. But when they don't have what they call it, they don't have a place to stay in the assembly, and they should choose anywhere. And what is important is not where you stay; is who is meeting. What are they discussing? What is in their minds? It's not a neat idea that they should be in the state house, in the government house. It's not a neat idea. But they have to meet somewhere. If they go and meet in the house of the speaker, they say he has personalized the house. Or you should go to the stadium and then may become free for all.
So wait. But that's dangerous because can the Senate go and sit in somewhere in Aso Rock? Yeah. Or the House of Reps go and sit somewhere in Aso Rock? Everybody will cry wolf.
People will cry wolf, I agree with you. But it's not the Aso Rock. It's not the Aso Rock that is important, it's the people that are meeting.
So it's the people. So wherever they sit.
Wherever they sit, I'm not saying that it's neat. I said it's not neat. But you have to look for a place for them to stay. Where are you going to get for them to stay that will be rancor-free? Because if even the place they're supposed to be, they cannot really access, and they're even trying to have parallel meetings, where do you want them to stay? I would prefer that they find somewhere else to sit other than the government house. But if they cannot get anywhere else, well, the government house belongs to the people. The point is, let them maintain the integrity of the votes that the people cast.
How do they do that? Because they
can never
pass any law that will negate the actions of the executive, or they should prove it.
They should. If they can't, then they shouldn't hold any meeting there. If they cannot, if they go there, they can't, then they shouldn't hold any meeting there.
All right,
it's a very tricky matter. It's not neat. Yeah.
Okay, just running through some comments coming from you out there. Hogan says, well, since the state is a federating unit and under the president, so the president have a stake.
The state is a federating unit.
I think it's talking about that analogy of Meddlesomeness. Said, look, yes, it's a federating unit. Yes. The presidency has a stake. So maybe they want to see that everything works out well. So if the medal for the thing to go on well, why not?
Well, the concept of federalism shows that the president should take care of the center and the states should take care of their own states. And so when you want to, it's a great contradiction for you to say that you want to go and serve as an interloper in a matter that is a preserve of the state. So federalism itself forbids that. Remember what happened in Adamawa when that was where this so-called Meddlesomeness was so stark, where they brought soldiers and everything because they wanted to remove the man, they surrounded the judge and all of that. Those were not decisions taken from the state.
What about Nasarawa?
Nasarawa, of course, you remember all that happened. They were holding meetings and they were going to Abuja to hold meetings.
Oh, but remember what happened in Abuja? He told them, look, you guys, can't you go and sort this out? Back off, don't impeach the governor.
No. Is that Meddlesomeness too? Then they tried to do it, so they were disobeying. That's drama. They were disobeying their guy at the top.
All right.
And then the minister went there, my friend Labara Mako went there and started holding his own rally. And he said the center was not involved in it.
But it's amazing because who knows, by 2015 elections, the Edo State indigenous have said, look, we will go out and we will vote who we want, because if you both keep acting this way, they just will not have it.
Yes, I mean, the Edo State voters should be respected in this matter. And that means the best way to respect the voter is to respect the institution, the integrity of the institution that the people voted for. And that is what is at stake, the institution. That's why I went back to the idea of the rule of law. When somebody comes in who immediately and he says that he's going to take the party to the mainstream. What mainstream? Is it mainstream when you were finance, foreign minister under a military dictatorship? They used to call him the Kabu diplomat.
I'm looking at this mail. This one is from Philip. He says, to me, the people of Edo State should start protesting against people who are being paid for work not done. They're just fooling around and collecting taxes and funds of the state without doing their job.
Exactly. They should do their job. The governor has been doing the job. Look at the difference in the state between when he took over and where the state is now. And some people are not happy with that because they feel that, the money is not circulating enough.
Are we really
That's what's happening. That's what happened in Ekiti. Didn't it happen in Ekiti? Go look at Ekiti when Fayemi took over and where it is now.
But the people decided ultimately.
The people have a right to decide whether they want progress or they don't want progress.
And their view should be respected.
Yeah. I mean, you have a right. You have a right not to use your right, according to T.S. Eliot.
Well, we have a right to respect their rights.
I respect their right, but I have a right to comment.
Okay. Thank you for coming on this morning. Sam Omatseye is the chairman of the Editorial Board of the Nation newspapers. He's also a public affairs analyst, and we've been looking at the development in Edo State. We'll be back in just a moment here. Join us again.